Hello everyone. In the previous lecture we have discussed about the topic diode circuits of subject KEC 402. So in that diode circuits, in the previous lecture I have discussed about half wave rectifier, full wave rectifier and complete detail about the rectifier circuits. And in the previous lecture I have introduced the voltage multiplier circuit. Now today we will study about more detail for the voltage multiplier. In the previous lecture I discussed that voltage multiplier is a circuit that we use to have a to get the multiplied of the voltage peak values. Like in the half wave rectifier, full wave rectifier, we are getting the output that is having the peak value near to that of the input voltage. The maximum voltage level that we are getting at the output is less than or it will be equal to that of the input voltage level. But by utilizing voltage multiplier circuits, we can get voltage level at the output that is having the higher value of the amplitude as compared to the input AC signal. So in this voltage multiplier circuits, we provide AC at the input that is having low amplitude and we get the DC at the output with higher amplitude values. So different type of voltage multiplier circuits are voltage doubler, voltage tripler, voltage quadruple. So doubler, voltage doubler that doubles the peak of the voltage. In voltage tripler circuit we get the output voltage that is the 3 times of the maximum peak value of the input voltage. Similarly in quadruple circuit that output is 4 times of the peak value of the input. In voltage doubler circuits we have 2 type of voltage doublers, half wave voltage doubler and full wave voltage doubler circuits. So this circuit that is shown is of half wave voltage doubler, that is half wave voltage multiplier. In this we get output as it is a voltage doubler. So we are providing input as Vm and as I told you that at the output the doubler circuit will give us double of the input voltage. So at the output side we get 2 Vm of the voltage, that is double of the peak value of the input voltage. So to design a half wave voltage doubler circuit we need 2 diodes and 2 capacitors along with the input signal. So here we have D1 and D2 are the 2 diodes, C1 and C2 are the 2 capacitors. So this is one way to connect voltage doubler circuit. We can have a voltage doubler by connecting diode in this way also. So in these 2 different circuit we get the voltage, doubled voltage in positive or in negative direction. So here we can have the voltage doubler circuit like this also. Here also we will be getting 2 Vm with the difference in the direction of the peak value. So in the first one we will be getting the voltage value that will be minus plus in this direction 2 Vm, and in the second one we get plus and minus in this direction. So in both ways we can connect the diode to have the voltage doubling at the output. So this is showing the complete state of the diodes for different input cycles. So for the positive half cycle, if we see this circuit, positive half cycle, their positive part of the signal is appearing. So in that case you can see this is the P side of this diode and this is the N. So for this diode this is P and N. So for the positive half cycle this diode D1 will be in on mode, it will be conducting, and D2 will be off for the positive half cycle. For the positive cycle of the input, D1 will conduct, D2 will be off. So, at the place of D2 we will be having an open switch, and at the place of D1 we will be having a closed switch. So, there will be flow of current as it is open. So, in this branch we will not have any current. Through this closed circuit there will be flow of current, let us say that is I. So, with the flow of current, this capacitor C1 starts charging and it charges up to the value Vm, that is the maximum peak value of the input. So, here at this side we get positive and negative charge on the capacitor C1 during the positive half cycle of the input. Then what happens in the negative half cycle? In the negative half cycle, here we have negative and positive. Now, during the negative half cycle, this diode D1 will be reverse bias. So, it will be acting as an open switch, and this D2, here we have P and N. So, D2 will be now short circuited, it will be operational. So, as we have seen here, the charge on this capacitor is plus minus Vm. So, during this negative cycle, the path will be from diode D2 C1 V in and up to this V out. This will be the circuit. So, there will be flow of current through this path. Now, the current I will be following this path, and now in this case the capacitor C2 will be charging. So, during the positive half cycle, the C1 was charged up to Vm potential, and during the negative half cycle the C2 will be charged, or we can say the charge that was stored on C1 will get transferred to C2. So, during the positive cycle the C1 gets charges, and when the input starts falling, the diode D2 starts conducting and D1 starts getting open circuited, and then during this phase the capacitance C2 charges, during this C1 charges. And for the next cycle, when the next positive cycle comes, then again this diode D1 is on and it again started capacitance C2 to value Vm, and in next negative cycle here that Vm will be transferred to the capacitance C2. So, in the first cycle we get Vm. For the second cycle this Vm will be increased to 2 Vm with this. So, to achieve the 2 Vm, that value we get after some cycles. So, this is the graph in which the blue one is representing the input signal and the pink line that is showing the DC output, filtered DC output, and the green one is the actual DC output without filtering. So, here we can see that for the positive cycle of the input we are getting some output, and for the next positive cycle the output is enhanced, it is having higher peak value. For the third cycle it is having more value, and after few cycles it will be having value up to 2 Vm. So, here you can see the input is at 10. So, output ideally should be at 20. Here we are getting some less value than 20 due to the drop across the diode. So, after few cycles we are getting this output near to the 2 Vm value. It is not exactly 2 Vm, 2 Vm is 20 volts according to the input signal, but as there will be some drop across the diode, so we get a value a bit less than that of the 20 volts. So, in half wave voltage doubler we get the doubling of voltage after few cycles of the input. This is the circuit diagram for the full wave voltage doubler. Here also we have 2 diodes and 2 capacitances. So, diode D1, D2 and C1, C2. How it will work? For the positive half cycle, when here we have positive, then diode D1 will conduct and current will follow this path. So, during the positive half cycle, this C1 will be charged through diode D1 to a value Vm, that Vm is the maximum peak value of the input voltage. So, through diode D1, capacitance C1 will be charged to a voltage level of Vm. During the negative half cycle, when negative cycle appears, then this diode will be off for the negative cycle and D1 will be on. So, now the current will follow this path. Diode D2 is on, and through the flow of the current through diode D2, this capacitance C2 will get charged to the voltage value Vm. And now across this we are taking output across node A and B, and if I say this is node C, then node A and C, A to C was charged or having the voltage value of Vm during the positive half cycle. Now C to B is having voltage Vm for the negative half cycle. So, total voltage across A to B is 2Vm for a complete cycle of the input. So, that is represented here 2Vm for one cycle of the input. So, that is the difference in the full wave voltage doubler and half wave voltage doubler. Here we are getting 2Vm for a complete cycle of the input signal. The advantage of full wave voltage doubler over a half wave voltage doubler is that output ripple frequency is twice the supply frequency, and it is easier to filter high frequency ripples. The drawback of full wave voltage doubler is that a common ground between input and output is not available. This is the comparison table for half wave voltage doubler and full wave voltage doubler. So, similarity wise, circuit wise, both are having two diodes and two capacitances. So, if we compare these two, the ripple content of half wave voltage doubler is high than that of the full wave doubler. Ripple frequency is supply frequency. For the full wave voltage doubler, the ripple frequency is twice to that of the supply frequency. Voltage regulation of half wave voltage doubler is poor as compared to the full wave voltage doubler. The maximum voltage across the capacitor in half wave doubler for the diode capacitance C1, as we have seen in the circuit, we get voltage Vm, and across the output capacitance C2 we get 2Vm. In case of full wave voltage doubler, both the capacitors are charged up to voltage Vm. Peak inverse voltage rating of the diode is 2Vm in both the cases. Next we have voltage doubler, tripler and quadruple. So, this circuit is showing all three in the same circuit. So, when we use two diodes up to this point, this circuit will be acting as voltage doubler. The working we have seen for the voltage doubler. If we add one more diode D3 here, then we get the output as 3Vm. Working will remain same as that of the voltage doubler. Here we have one more capacitance and one more diode. So, here we will have one more level of the voltage. So, from here we are getting Vm like in half wave voltage doubler, then combining with another capacitance we get 2Vm. So, across this the voltage doubling is being achieved. Combining these two we get 2Vm across this. So, total voltage across these nodes is 3Vm. So, in that way we can design voltage tripler and quadruple. Application of voltage multipliers is in cathode ray tubes, travelling wave tubes, laser systems, X-ray systems, LCD displays, power supply, oscilloscope, particle accelerators, ion pumps and copying machines. The next very important diode circuit is clipper and the clamper circuits. So, both the clipper and clampers are designed to have some modification in the input waveform. So, clipper circuit is a device that removes either the positive half or the negative half of the cycle of the input cycle. So, that clipper can be a positive clipper if it clips out the positive cycle, and a negative clipper if it clips out the negative half cycle of the input. So, as per the requirements, we use different type of clipper circuits. That clipper circuits are series clipper, shunt clipper and dual clipper circuits, that are the combination of series clipper and shunt clipper circuits. In the detail, if we talk about the clipper circuit, then in the series clipper and shunt clipper circuits, we have series positive clipper and series negative clipper circuits. In the series positive clipper, further we have series positive clipper with bias, or here we can say this is without bias. So, series positive clipper with bias and without bias. Then we have series negative clipper and the series negative clipper with bias. Same classification is for the shunt clippers, shunt positive clipper with bias. Then we have shunt negative clipper and shunt negative clipper with bias. So, one by one I will discuss all these clipper circuits. Next is the clamper circuit. In the clipper, what I told, that it clips off the positive or the negative cycle of the input signal, but in the clamper circuit the waveform is there, only its DC level is shifted. So, type of clampers are positive clamper, negative clamper and biased clampers. So, first we will see in detail about the clipper circuits. So, first series clipper. Series clipper, in series positive clipper, the positive half cycle of the AC signal is removed. So, if a diode that is arranged in such a way that it is pointing towards the input and it is in series with the output, then it is the circuit of the series positive clipper. This is the circuit for series positive clipper, and if you recall the previous circuits of the diode, that is half wave rectifier. So, it is similar to that of half wave rectifier. Here we have one diode and taking output across the load resistance RL. So, in this type of circuit, the positive waveform of the input is clipped off and we are getting the negative cycle of the input waveform. So, how it is happening? When the positive cycle of the input appears, at that time this diode is off, because at this side we have P and N. So, for the positive half cycle the diode is off, there is no current flowing through this circuit. So, there is no voltage across this output. So, the positive cycle is clipped off, we are not getting any output for the positive input cycle. When the negative cycle appears, here we have negative and at this side if we have positive, then there will be some amount of current flowing through this circuit, because this diode will be forward biased. So, during the negative half cycle we get the output due to the flow of current through this circuit. So, this type of circuit we can see it is clipping the positive cycle of the input. So, it is called as series positive clipper because it is clipping out the positive part of the input signal. In the series positive clipper, we can have the series positive clipper with some biasing voltage. So, in the previous one we have seen that the complete positive cycle of the input is removed. So, if we want to design a circuit in which the complete waveform is not clipped off, we are able to clip some part of the positive cycle of the circuit. So, in that we have series positive clipper with the positive bias and series positive clipper with negative bias. This is the circuit for series positive clipper with a positive bias. This voltage VB is the biasing voltage. This voltage that we provide according to our requirement, up to which value we want the positive cycle to appear at the output. So, how this circuit works? For the positive cycle, here we can see that the biasing voltage VB is connected from the positive side to the diode. So, any diode, as we have studied, that it will be forward biased if this positive P terminal is connected to positive voltage and N is connected to negative voltage. This positive and negative is with reference to one another. So, if this side is more positive than this side, then it will be forward biased. So, it is more positive, then this means this side is at lower potential, so that we consider as negative potential. So, here when the positive cycle appears, so here we have positive, on this side also we have positive. So, here we have V in positive, here we have VB positive. So, this diode will be forward biased when this VB positive will be higher than V in positive. So, comparatively, as on the both side we have positive voltage. So, we will see with the comparison that if on the P side we are having higher positive voltage as compared to the V inside, then this diode will be forward biased. So, here at the output we can see, if this is the input and this is the VB voltage, that is the reference potential, and this is the input. So, what I said, that if VB is more positive than V in, then we get the voltage value. This is showing the V input side. So, when the current is flowing through the circuit, at that point we are getting output. After this point, that diode is reverse biased and we do not get the output value, because when this V in becomes higher than VB, beyond this point the diode becomes reverse biased, because the N side is connected to more positive value after this point. So, after this point the diode gets reverse biased. So, we get output up to this point and we do not get output till the V input voltage is higher than the biasing voltage. When the input voltage goes below this VB value, then the diode will get again forward biased and we get the output in that duration. For the negative cycle, what happens? For the negative cycle, at this side we are having negative, at this side we are having positive. So, this VB here connected is positive. So, for the complete negative cycle, this diode will be forward biased and there will be flow of current. So, the complete negative cycle will appear across this output load resistance. So, in this way, by applying the biasing voltage VB, we can clip off the certain part of the input voltage. Next is series positive clipper with negative bias. Negative bias means now we have applied the negative biasing voltage to the diode. So, what will happen now? When the positive cycle appears, so for the positive cycle, here this is P and this is N. So, for the positive cycle, this N side will be connected to positive and P side is always connected to negative. So, for the positive input cycle, this diode will be reverse biased and we are taking output at the node D, or let us say D1 and D2. So, we are taking output between D1 and D2. So, between D1 and D2 we are having the voltage VB. So, during the positive cycle only a constant level of VB will appear at the output. So, what happens for the negative cycle? Negative cycle, here we have negative. So, now again in the similar way, this diode is connected in this way. Here we have VB and here we have V in. Both the voltages are negative. Here it is connected to the negative and at the input side we are having the negative cycle. So, here how comparatively we will see P and N. So, the diode will conduct when this side will be less negative as compared to this side. So, when this side input side is more negative as compared to this side, then the diode will be forward biased. So, here at the output you can see when the input voltage is reaching up to VB, we are not getting any output. So, when the input becomes more negative than VB, means at this side we are having more negative value. So, here at this N side we are having more negative compared to the P side, means now the diode is forward biased and it is conducting current. So, we are getting output for the input cycle when V input is more negative than that of the biasing potential. Then for the next positive cycle, again we get the VB value, that is the biasing potential, and here the biasing potential is negative. So, here we get this biasing potential in the negative direction. Then next is the series negative clipper. The previous one was the series positive clipper that was clipping out the positive waveform of the input. In the series negative clipper circuit, we can clip out the negative part of the input waveform. So, here in this circuit, that is same as that of the half wave rectifier. So, we can say half wave rectifier is a kind of a clipper circuit. So, here when the positive cycle appears, this diode will be forward biased and there will be flow of current and we get some voltage V out across this load resistance. So, that is shown here. For the negative half cycle, here negative will appear and here positive. So, diode will be in of state and we do not get any output for the negative half cycle of the input. So, that will again repeat for the positive cycle. This diode will get forward biased and we get the output voltage. Similar to that of the series positive clipper, we have series negative clipper in which we can clip off some of the portion of the waveform by applying the biasing to the system. So, series negative clipper are of two types: series negative clipper with positive bias and series negative clipper with negative bias. This is the circuit diagram for series negative clipper with positive bias. So, this is the circuit for series negative clipper and here a positive biasing voltage VB is applied. So, how it will work? For the positive cycle, here we have positive voltage. So, how this diode will be working? On this side I have VB, that is positive, and at the input side we have input, that is also positive. This is P side and this is N side. So, this diode will be forward bias when this V in positive is higher than VB positive. So, when this V in positive will have higher value than the VB positive, then this diode will conduct current and we get voltage across this load resistance. So, here in the output we can see up to the level VB. Up to the level VB means up to this point V in is less than VB. So, when V in is less than VB means this side is more positive. So, the diode will be off and we do not get any output. Beyond this, here we get V in greater than VB because that is the voltage level of VB, and as the input voltage pulse achieves a value higher than the VB, this diode will be forward biased and we get output voltage. Again, when V in reaches to VB level, the diode gets reverse biased and further there will be no current flowing through the circuit and there will be a constant voltage. That constant voltage will be this biasing voltage that is appearing across this output node. In the series negative clipper with the bias, we have negative biasing of the system. So, here we have negative bias voltage. So, similar to the previous case, here we have P and N. So, at this side we have negative voltage, and for the positive cycle here it will be positive. So, during the positive cycle this diode will be forward biased and we get the complete positive cycle at the output. What happens for the negative cycle? For the negative input, when the negative cycle of the input appears, then this diode will be forward biased till the point this negative is less than this negative value. So, here we can see up to the minus VB point, when input means the voltage at the P side is less negative than that of the N side, the diode will conduct. Less negative means it is comparatively positive as compared to N side. So, up to the VB value we get the output, and beyond that we do not get the output voltage. So, further in detail of the circuit I will continue in the next lecture. Thank you.